everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday, the 7th of July. Thank you for joining me. I'm using the amazing Gay Tarot for this reading. Let's have a look at what's coming up. And I didn't use this deck during Pride Month. I'm late with everything at the moment. That seems to be the big theme. I should have used this in June. So I'm going to choose 3 cards to give you an insight into the day's energy and what you'll be working with. So we have Revelation, the 9 of Wands, and the 9 of Cups. Okay. So Revelation is the Tower. In this case, it's a sad coming out situation. So this young man, he's coming out to his parents. He's saying, you know what, actually, Mom and Dad, I have to disclose something about myself. So it's really hard for me to be open. Barring is right, because you're really laying yourself bare. It's so interesting that straight people, they don't need to do this. They don't need to announce their sexuality. And for gay people, unfortunately, you're carrying the secret around, often since puberty, that you don't know what to do with. For these days, thank goodness, it's so easy for a lot of people. I met a guy here in Brighton when I first got here. He was born in Israel, grew up in Denmark, had his first boyfriend at school at 13. They held hands in class. Everyone was cool with it. His parents were super cool with it. It was just normal. And he didn't have any problems at all. For me, it was really different. It was, I was in a fundamentalist Christian boarding school, and I discovered at 12 that I was gay. And I was like, oh no, I'm like one of those people on the news. And I totally stopped trusting people, and it was really tough. And then I came out at 23, and at 23, the thing is, most parents love their children regardless, and that's wonderful. But unfortunately, the thing that does make it so scary is because you do hear horror stories, and some dads do respond like that. They're disgusted, and some mothers are horribly shocked, and hurt. So, Mom and Dad, I'm gay. And lightning strikes, the whole tower comes crumbling down, and the whole structure of the relationship that you've had with these people who thought they knew you is now altered irrevocably. So he seems pretty he seems appalled, and she's very sad. So the Tower is something that if you're going to unburden yourself today and take a risk, then don't expect the most positive response, because the Tower is a dissolution of something. It's something coming apart. And the 9 of Wands is about letting go. The 9 of Wands is usually a man carrying this big burden on his back. And he is not carrying a burden. He's just gone to the pub. He's going home alone. He is not burdened. He's not responsible for anyone. He's footloose, fancy free. He also looks kind of sad and lonely. It's almost like he would like to be a little bit burdened. He'd like to make a connection with someone, but there's just receipts flying in the wind, and he seems somewhat lonely, and he's looking back to this revelation that he made, and he regrets it. But then finally we have the 9 of Cups, and this is a guy whose dreams have come true. So we've got a story here. We've got a story. It's like the Brady Bunch. Very simply, if you're hiding something, doesn't have to be gay, your sexuality. If you're not being open and honest with people about something in your life, then it's important to let them know what's going on, because secrets keep us sick. If you're living with someone under false pretenses and you're lying by omission, it's still lying. And it's not right. It makes the other person feel betrayed. it makes the other person feel like that their relationship, which they put so much into, was a sham and not something positive. Like, let's say you had an affair for 3 years, you never got found out, you ended the affair, and it's something in your marriage that you've never discussed, you just kept it to yourself. I mean, that example is, I mean, a bit of an iffy one. Do you tell or do you not tell? Because it's over anyway, but telling the person may harm them more than if you keep silent about it. And that's something that can only be a personal choice. So let's say the affair is ongoing and you decide to come out with it and you say, do you know what? I'm not satisfied in this marriage. I'm having an affair. I've fallen in love with someone else. That's going to then have a bad reaction. That's going to make the other person in the marriage feel devastated and say, okay, well, I'm not going to tolerate that. We're not going to be together anymore. And then you both have a period of loneliness where you feel like, okay, I'm not carrying this burden anymore. I've come out with the truth, but I'm certainly not happy. Yes, I'm open about what I've done and what I have been doing, but I have to go through, for instance, a separation, or him with his parents. He's going to be thrown out and he's going to be lonely for a while because he's going to have to find his own place to live. He won't have any friends, he won't have family, and he'll be by himself for a while. Interesting that this is a pub as well, because a pub is often a place where people go and drown their feelings because they can't deal with them. But after this period of isolation and emptiness, remember, nature abhors a vacuum. It's because you've been real and you discover what your parents are really like. You've given them the chance to say, hey, we love you regardless. And you've given them the opportunity to have a wonderful relationship. But in this case, they've chosen to end the relationship. So you get to see people's true colors, and you get to just let go of this huge burden that you've been carrying around by yourself for a long, long time. So you're free. You can walk upright again. You're not bogged down by this huge weight of shame and secrecy. And because you've now made space for that, and you're not bogged down, and you have the time and space for something else to come into your life, you can decide to go to a space camp, or I mean, that's what kids do. You can decide that, okay, I've been working for NASA for a while now. I'm a great mathematician. I've always been offered to be an astronaut and to go into space because I'm in great physical shape. I've passed the medical. I've got several PhDs in astronomy and all of the things required. And I'm going to now set a dream, set a goal, and focus on myself and really say, what is it that me, myself, and I is going to make me happy? Do I want to become an astronaut and see the planet from perspective of the sky? Or, which is like astrocartography, actually lovely. I love that. It's kind of like an astrologer. Do I want to become an astrologer? Do I want to meet someone and have a family? But it's only when you get real about who you are and you let go of the secrets that you can come together, that you can be whole again. So today you have the opportunity to let go of something that fragments you and that causes you pain and suffering and heaviness and that's weighing on you. You're able to let go of that. And the advice is to let go of it, even if there is a short-term fallout, even if there is short-term negativity, because that short-term negativity is going to create a space where you can then be your true self and you can look at the people in your life as they really are, rather than through a lens of denial or rose-tinted spectacles. And then you can make decisions for yourself. I'm going to go on a dating matchmaking service and meet the right guy and adopt children. That's what I really want in life. Or I want my work to be my my marriage the be-all and end-all. So I'm going to train very hard to go up in space. I mean, that's an extreme example. Most of us don't have what it takes to go up in space, but maybe I want to start my own business on the internet, or I really care about animals, so I want to start a rescue center. And you can only do that when you've got rid of the lies. So by revealing yourself, you discover your true value, and you free and liberate yourself from the cage that you have been put in, despite having committed no crime. You were still caged, and if you reveal who you truly are, you open the door of the cage, you can live the life you want to live, and you can make your hopes and dreams a reality. That's what the Nine of Cups is, making your hopes and dreams come true. So it's only when you're true with yourself and with other people that you can get onto the path of self-realization, of making your hopes and dreams a reality. And you can't get there by lying and by keeping secrets and by parading around a different version of who you are. Like, because it always catches up with you. Like, let's look at Clinton, okay? Clinton was president, wanted to be president, fabulous. He was in a marriage, but he had an extramarital affair. It came out, he didn't reveal it, so other people revealed it for him. It caused huge fallout, and his hopes and dreams, his presidency was kind of tarnished by that, and it was taken away from him. But if you reveal the things that may not be so pleasant, freely, willingly, you unburden yourself, and then you can pursue the things that you want, not the other way around. And the message is basically, don't have skeletons in the closet, because sooner or later they're going to be exposed. And if you set goals, you're going to achieve them. That's just the way it is. If you see yourself as an astronaut and you set that goal and you work towards it, sooner or later you will achieve it. The only difference is either you go there with a clear conscience and everything is out in the open and you get to enjoy it and no one can touch you, or you do it all cloak and dagger with all these hidden things that can come and bite you in the rear end later on, and you achieve your dream, but you let it be ruined because you weren't open up front. So today the message is simply be upfront, open with people about who you are, rather than hiding or leaving things out, lying by omission, or being deliberately ambiguous or vague. Just be your most honest, true self, and you will have the best day possible, and you will be able to realize your hopes and dreams. Okay, so 9 and 9 is 18. And 16 is 34. 3 and 4 is 7. And 7 is mind and creativity. So it's something that you think about. It's only a decision that you can make. But if you want the happy outcome without things catching up to you, then the best decision to make is to be transparent and clear. I'm just going to double check the numbers. Yeah. Okay, so have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my personal readings. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.